And now it's time to ruin your childhood. This is the real story of Tangled, or Rapunzel. Let me start by saying Rapunzel's parents were not royalty, they were peasants. Her parents lived next door to a witch's garden where the wife asked the husband to go fetch her some Rapunzel, which is basically cabbage. The husband gets caught by the witch, and in exchange for the Rapunzel, she asks for his firstborn child. So the witch takes the child, appropriately named Rapunzel, locks her in a tower, and raises her as her own. The only way in is by a window at the very top of the tower, which can only be reached by climbing her hair. A prince comes through the forest one day, sees the witch climbing her hair, hears a beautiful singing voice up top, and he's curious. He climbs up and finds Rapunzel, and they instantly fall in love. The witch found out very quickly because Rapunzel got pregnant, because they got busy! The witch cut her hair, disowned her, and sent her to the forest to fend for herself. The prince returned only to find the witch, and she said, "You'll never see Rapunzel again." So the prince tried to kill himself by jumping off the tower. He didn't die, but he was blinded by landing on thorns. Being blind, he wandered through the forest until he found Rapunzel, who had given birth to twins! And her tears of joy magically gave him his sight back. Yay! Happy ending!
Here are 3 easy ways to draw a snowflake. So for the first one, you start out with 6 different branches on your snowflake, and you add these V-shapes in between the space, as well as these V-shapes that point outwards on each branch. You can add dots on the empty spaces to add a little spice if you want to. For the second one, you start off with a similar base, except this time you add diamonds on the end of each branch. I like this one. I think it's my favorite. I think it's really pretty. And for the last one, you start out with a circle in the center, same 6 branches, except this time you add circles on the end, and you can add the same V-shapes on the actual branch, as well as random dots wherever you want.
So a lot of you guys asked me to draw a character with curly hair, so I figured I'd give you a little tutorial. So first things first, you want to really quickly throw in your hair shape. Don't think about this too much, it could be really light and loose. Then to get the hairline right, all you got to do is throw in these shapes. I like to think of them as slinkies, but you're just going to keep layering these on top of each other until you get something that looks a little bit like this. And then using a really light hand, we're just going to shade in our entire shape. And don't worry too much about these lines going in the same direction. They can go this way, that way, the other way. I really think the messier the better. Then coming out from our darkest areas, we're going to shade using that slinky or S shape. And don't be afraid to be a little loose and mix up this shape as you go. I think this is my favorite step. It's a little tedious, but you want to keep going until you bring out these shapes all the way to the edges of your hair. And then once you reach the edge, you want to complete those shapes to a little point at the end. And I got a little carried away here and decided I wanted to add a lot more curls, so I went ahead and did that. But the only other thing you have to do to finish this up is define your edges, add a couple flyaways, and you're done. So hopefully this helped you guys. If this looks like you, please duet me. I would love to see.
Toast to the ones that we lost on the way, cause the drinks bring back all the memories, and the memories bring back you. Tip, 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 tip,